Alright, and we are live this round of ZOR PC Online for the Spanish Grand Prix. I don't know why I'm getting asked about tire selection. Yeah, and so this is Sir Harry Hotspur. I'm usually racing in this league, but I've had a bit of a hand injury, so I've been out for the last few weeks. Oh, and according to Fuzz, I did not pick spectator, so that's fun. Well, just do this. Alright, so that should work out just fine. I think we will be okay like this. And well, it looks like we have a wet qualifying session, so that's going to make things interesting. We'll see if anyone wants to go out to get a few laps in. Looks like one of the McLarens of David Falkenberry is heading out, along with a AlphaTauri. That was almost a slip up. Swifty is also going out. So while these guys are out on their warm-up laps, I'm going to try to get my chat up. And so T-Money can look at my background on my computer, because I know he loves it so much. Where is my Restream chat? I'm a little rusty on the streaming portion here, so here we are doing this right now. Apologies. Okay. Now I believe we're working. All set up. Alright, so now here we are with Henner riding around in the AlphaTauri coming into turn 1. It looks like we already had some yellow flags in sector 3. This probably car's just going slowly. We'll ride along with Henner's here, one of the top drivers in the ZOR-PC League. See how he handles the intermediate tires out on this wet track, as he's purple through sector 1. Trying to pull up the standings here to see where we are after the last round of the Netherlands. It looks like the Red Bull driver of Chenje is currently at the top of the table with 64 points on the season, followed by BT Fu in the AlphaTauri at 44 points and Rogue in third place at 43 points. I believe Henner, who we're riding on right now, has had a bit of an unlucky start to the season. He's all the way down in 7th place at 12 points. Swifty sets the top time for 1:8.21. Henner comes across the line to take over the pole with a 1:75. And right on board with somebody. Oh, and it looks like we have Striff, our former commentator for this PC League, who had a little bit of an incident there. Let's see who else we can ride on board with. Bushka gets a little. So BT Fu goes to the pole with a very nice time, 126.4. They'll be happy with that one for sure. Looks like we have another. Okay, let's ride on board with Chenjay, our championship leader, who is now going through sector 3. You know, Fuzz, you're making my life really difficult. I can probably move it in a second, yes. And as everyone could probably expect, Chenjay goes to the top of the speed charts with a 1.55. It's going to be a difficult driver to beat today. Let's see who else we have on the hot lap. Yoda. A reserve driver in this league. Typically, MRL, as you can see by his name. A little squirrely through sector 3. Your league, Fuzz. Okay. Not sure if Yoda's on a hot lap here, if he's just struggling on the tires. He's not a bad lap actually. 26.6 comes across the line in 5th. Let's see what Gilzo's in the pits. This Alex Bido, he's on a validated lap. Striff looks like he's warming up some tires. On that note, sadly, this game is kind of dumb, and I have to Alt-Tab out. So you get to stare at my background again. There we go. Is that sufficient, Fuzz? I'm just clicking random buttons here. Ferrari Goat. Yes, that is definitely ringing true these days in IRL. As the Ferraris have been putting in some blistering laps on the track. So you're riding on board with Striff. He might be on a hot lap here. I know he had a spin and some validated lap time, so he's a clean lap here. Oh, and he invalidated again. Alrighty. Gilzo is now heading out of the pits. Let's see if we can ride on board with BT, who's currently in 2nd. He's going to be looking to topple Chenjay at the top of the speed charts. Fuzz, that is clearly not true. As BT Fu comes across the line and improves a little bit up, down to 125.9, but still a little over 4/10 behind Chenjay. Might be just one of those races where Chenjay kind of rides off into the sunset and nobody can touch him. Let's see, where is he? Right on board with Freeware. He tends to be a pretty quick driver. Chenjay's teammate in ZOR and MRL. Looks like he just invalidated his lap, so he's not going to be challenging Chenjay there. Right on board with Yoda here, see if he can get another clean lap down. Right through sector 2 right now, moving over to DRS straight. Yeah, looks like he's 3/10 up on his fastest lap time, so he might be in contention to come within the top 3, I would say. Definitely looking like he'll be top 4. Heading through sector 3 now. Pretty tough section of the track, especially when everything's wet, low traction, pretty hard to get the front end to rotate. Coming across the line with 126.2, that's going to go from up to 4th place. Pretty good lap at Yoda there. Let's see who else we can jump on a hot lap with. Where's at the start of his lap? Let's see if we can get someone else down here. This Swifty coming through sector 2, just barely down on his fastest time. He's currently sitting 8th. Pretty worn tires right now. You can do that on the intermediates. It's just more a matter of how much fuel he's carrying on board. Looks like he's coming down the DRS straight without his DRS open there. I wonder if he's running out of gas. Save RC7's on an out lap. Got Zimogalus, apparent teammate for today, running through sector 2 right now. Zimogalus, like several other drivers in this grid tonight, like Stig, Jinnit. Let's see, who else do we have? Gilzo, RC7, are of ZOR PS4 League fame, some of the OGs, you could say. Fuzz could also be racing in this league, but he's too scared. He's got Zimogalus coming through Sector 3 right now. Hopefully that Alfa Romeo doesn't pull him up. Doesn't look like it will. Zen needs a good lap right now. He's on the way down in Sector 3. 16th, sorry. First cross line, 2 seconds down on his fastest lap. Riding on board with MRL Swifty right now. Currently sitting 10th place, he's heading through Sector 2. Tricky part of the track, low traction, about to head out of the DRS straight. Looks like we've got a yellow flag, looks like someone's letting cars by. The Track Max 50 was just purple through Sector 2, we'll see if that is actually accurate. So he's heading into Sector 3. Buttons here. And a very nice rotation coming through that final chicane. Around this final turn gets a little bit loose. Ooh, that was a little sketchy. I thought he might invalidate his lap there. He was across the line. 126.9 doesn't improve his position, but it's 3 tenths up. Let's see who else we can ride on here. We don't need to ride on board with Chenje. We all know he's too fast. Let's see how Zamis is doing. It looks like he's 3 tenths down coming into the final chicane. See how high he can climb up the table. Looks like he might be in 4th or 5th after this lap. It's a little squirrely, but not too bad. Coming across the line at a 126.1, bumps him up to 4th place. 10th clear, Yoda 5th. Riding on board with CSTM, Sector 1. Let's see if we've got him. Riding on board with Gilzo. He's in Sector 2, so we'll stay on board with him. Gilzo's currently sitting, I believe, 5th in the standings at 37 points. Pretty solid season for Gilzo. Yeah. Oh, and invalidates his lap time. Probably caused by his pad because of his scrub with the pad. Apologies, Gilzo, you're much better. Riding on board with Jinnit. He just came across the line in 11th place. Got a nice clean lap in at 1.73. Henner's on an invalidated lap. We'll check in Stig down 13th. Just started Sector 2. Do that low traction zone up the hill. Oh, and he gets a little loose. Guess he's probably up for that lap. Check in with Daddy DeVito, who's 2 tenths down through Sector 1. He's in 15th place at the moment. Looking very nice with his pink helmet and the racing point card. Got five minutes left in this session. Looks like the track could be drying out. Let's get it on board. It's still raining. Maybe not as hard as it was at the beginning of the session. Maybe it's not, but we'll see if this rain's going to dissipate and how that's going to affect times here. We still have Chen sitting at the top of the table with 25.5, 4 tenths up on ET in second place. Looks like Daddy DeVito may have boarded that lap, so we'll switch drivers. Stretch on an out lap. BT Food just came across the line. Improved by 2 tenths. Might have invalidated that lap though, and he invalidated this lap as well. Let's check in with CSTM. He's a little bit down through Sector 1. Let's see what he can do here. Coming out of the DRS straight. Does not open the DRS. Perhaps he's on a cooldown lap. Save up some of that battery and go again. There's a no lap. Gilzo is invalidated. Checking with Jinnit. 5 down. I don't know, looks like he might be struggling a bit here. These intermediate tires need to find the pit so he can get on the run end. Got D's grills, just a little bit down in the Williams, 15th place. Might be able to improve his lap here and sneak up the order just a bit. One important thing to note at a track like Spain, where it tends to be high tire drag, it's usually pretty good to start around 11th or try qualifying with medium tires. Obviously that's not going to matter here today, as everyone's going to have free choice tire going into the race, which is going to help drivers like Chen Jie who are going to be able to run the best strategy. Oh, and I just noticed CSTN jumped up to second place, just barely nipping BT for about half a tenth. D's Gross isn't worth this lap, he's going to go again. The yellow flag in sector 2, looks like that might be one of the Haas's. Is that Striff? Looks like Striff is having some problems. With this camera. Oh, there he is. Right, Chen Jie and another flyer, perhaps. Looks like CSTM is recharging in this lap, but a cool down lap. Just right on board with BT Fu, see what he's going to do here. Again, BT Fu is currently sitting second place in the standings. AlphaTauri are actually first, 3 points ahead of Red Bull. So as far as the constructors go, this race is going to be important. BT Fu is going to be looking for his teammate Henner to jump up the order here and help him challenge for that constructors championship. It's obviously going to be quite difficult to Chen Jie. I could be mistaken, but I do think Freeware has now full-time Red Bull driver, which is really going to help out Red Bull's race for the Constructors' Championship. He tends to be right up at the front of the pack most races. See BT Food a bit better here. 125.83 is going to stick in. Oh wow, in 7th place I just realized that Emerald Bitto, it's Alex Bitto, Ferrari actually just nipped Chen Jie. That's going to upset the apple cart a bit, as we have a bit of a surprise at the top of the speed charts right now. Alex Bitto 125.4. Let's try to board with Chen Jie here to see if he can, sadly he has that RPM glitch. We'll see if he can take his rightful spot at the top of the timing charts back. Looks like we've got a Renault off. Is that Gilza or is that Jeanette? Oh, Freeware up to the top of the charts. That is definitely a Renault sitting sideways. Freeware up to the top of the charts, taking down Bitto by 2/10. I think the track is getting much faster here, guys. Freeware put in a 125.2, by far the fastest. Let's check in with that Renault really quick and then we'll get back. It looks like it was Jeanette. Took a while to get around. I can't tell if his wing is damaged. Check back in with Chen Jie here. It looks like he's improved a bit this lap, but not as much as he would have liked. If the track is drying, he's going to be able to find a lot of time in Sector 3. He's got a bit of traffic in front of him. Hopefully that doesn't play a role here. Though this is dirty air heaven, so, or hell, I guess, depending on which way you look at it. So we'll see how this goes for Chen Jie here. Got 9 seconds left in the session, so this is going to be his final lap. Daddy DeVito gets a little loose. I think Daddy DeVito is sadly on a hot lap right now. Gets out of the way though. Chen Jie is going to be coming around the final turn here. Let's see if he can take his pole position back, and he does. Top of the table with a 125. Oh, 2/10 up on Freeware. Is Freeware on a hot lap? It looks like he is, but he might be down here. Alex Bitto as well, who is also on a hot lap, and Freeware is. Let's see where BT is. He might also be on a hot lap, right around with Alex Bitto, who may have just gone purple through Sector 2, heading into Sector 3. Run Yoda looks like jumps up to 4th place with 1.55. Great lap from Yoda there. The reserve driver in the Alfa Romeo today. Teaming up with Samus. Here comes Alex Bitto across the line, and he goes. Saves third. Loses time but saves third with 1.57. Let's see if we got anything else. Should be done. Yep. BT looks like he's also done. Alright, so that's going to be your order today for this Spanish Grand Prix ZOR PC League. If you're new to the channel, we usually stream on YouTube, but the PC League has been streaming on Twitch, so just follow us on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe if you would like to get constant updates on the ZOR PC League. We have 4 different tiers of the PC League. PS4 Tier 1 runs on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. This is the PC League that runs on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have Tier 2 for PlayStation 4 on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. And the EU tier, which for PlayStation 4, which runs on Sundays at, I think, 5 p.m. Eastern, might be 4 p.m. Eastern. Somebody in chat probably can correct me on that one. We always have exciting racing in ZOR. Lots of fast drivers, you can see by the times here, the tires. If you're interested, check us out on socials. We've got Instagram, Twitter, Discord, you name it. You can probably find our posts on Reddit as well, both drivers and commentators as well. So if you'd like to join, post something in the chat or check us out on socials. Alright, so that is the end of qualifying. We have Chenjay, Freeware, Alex Bitto, Yoda, Zamis, BTFu, CSTM, Zamagalus, Swifty, Gilzo, Jinit to Win It, Henner, RC7, Stig, D's Grills, Daddy DeVito, Straferium, Babushka, David Faulkner, and My Ghost, rounding out the field. Looks like it should be a pretty exciting race tonight. Obviously, if I had put my money on anyone, it would probably be Chenjay, because you'd be foolish not to. If you're in chat right now, leave a little comment to let me know who you think is going to win the race. I know Fuzz will appreciate my pleas for interactions. I have to remember to retire from this session. Apologies for my noob status as a commentator. Actually curious if there's any rain. Let's check that out. Looks like we're going to have a clear race today. 33 laps around the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Apologies for my terrible Spanish. I would assume that most of the field is probably going to be starting on the medium tire. Might see a couple guys farther down, starting on the hards, trying to get that better run at the end of the race. Yes, exactly that. Spectator strat, because I totally failed. Oh gosh. I'm probably about to get disqualified from the formation lap, but that's okay. I also don't have my wheel plugged in, so I would have to drive around on my keyboard, and I do not know how to do that. Hopefully my Ghost does not cause any issues. Oh, I got disqualified for this session. Perfect.
Clutch bite is good, gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the
Alrighty. Driving camera, nope. Well, we're gonna sit here. Apologies that you were not able to watch the formation lap. Oops. Now I'm pressing too many buttons. Bit of a messy stream here tonight. As you guys can tell, I don't usually do this on the PC. Looks like the field is heading through the second DRS straight, so they should be coming around soon. And here comes Chen Jay to take over his top spot on the grid. Apparently Chen Jay sped around quite quickly on the formation lap there. I was a little worried that the lobby might be glitched out, but he was just well ahead of his teammate. Better hope that doesn't cool down his tires too much. The rest of the field forms up here. Take their position, Gills in a minute. Swifty, Stig, RC, D's Grills, Daddy DeVito, Babushka, Strafurium, and David Falconberry to take over the last spot on the grid. Let's make sure I can retire from the session. Race is about to start. And they're off. Okay, I need to retire as my... This is a little awkward. A little bit awkward. There we go. Chen Jay in the lead heading into turn 1. Terrible camera angle here. And it looks like Alex Bitto got a long freeware and took another second place. Looks like everyone made it cleanly. And hopefully my AI does not cause a safety car. That would be unfortunate. It's well out of the way, so I don't think it should, but fingers crossed, you never know in this game. Clear the caution. Looks like somebody went around. That might have been a Ferrari of RC7. No damage, so it looks like he might have spun out by himself, or maybe got hit from here. Oh boy. I'm not sure what's happening there with RC7. It almost looks like a wheel issue, the way he locked up and kind of just... Let's see if we can get a bit of his front end plates. Great start for Strafurium here. Let me get the spectator menu sorted out. Let's get the angles up there. Position changes. We got Henner with an amazing start at the line, along with Babushka, up 4 spots. Strafurium having a bit of problems out there and has already picked up a 3-second penalty. We'll check in at the top. Alex Bitto's half second. Chen Jay, followed by Freeware, Yoda, Zamis, ET. Check in with Zamis, and now chasing down his teammate Yoda, the other Alfa Romeo. Fairly close up in front of the grid here. Sort of separated by about the same amount of distance. I think everyone might have started on the medium tire here. I'm a bit surprised that no one went for the hards. Tough start for RC7. Tire in. Here we see the Amazon predicted pit strategy. So it should be a one stop, especially because I forgot to start on medium tire. Yeah, Fuzz. I'm actually very happy it didn't cause a safety car there, because that would have been very embarrassing. And I think I would have possibly taken a admin. Oh, and we have Zamas lining up in a move here on Yoda. We're going to make it work in turn 1. Gets by him easily. He's got lower downforce than Yoda there. Made that look easy without the DRS. DRS should have been enabled this lap, I believe. Let's run on board with Swifty here, chasing down Zamagelis in the Mercedes. I have a few reserve drivers in here tonight, Mercedes cars. Well, actually, I guess I'm not reserve, but Zamagelis is reserve. We've got Bushka's reserve, who just goes off. Oh, wow, just caught that. Daddy DeVito unfortunately runs into Babushka, who was trying to save his car. I don't think you can say anyone's at fault there, just unfortunately it didn't help very another reserve except his penalty. And it looks like Daddy DeVito is really struggling with this. Oh, sorry, I just noticed that Yoda actually did start on the hard tires. If he didn't hold on to his position here, that's going to pay dividends at the end of this race. As he's going to be on the faster tire with less fuel. He's going to be able to put some great laps. Might be a challenge for fastest lap in this race. Alex Bit out here. He's actually keeping tabs with Shinji a bit. Freeway right behind Samus, Yoda, followed closely by BT Food. Gilzo a little bit further back, followed closely by an amazing start and has held on to his position. Ready on board is Swifty. We've got a good battle for the final points paying position here. We got the two Renaults and AlphaTauri, Mercedes, Williams, all fighting over close position, but it's very hard to pass at this track because the straights are not that long, only 2 DRS straights. The dirty air is probably almost worse than it is at a track. Maybe here or Hungary for the worst dirty air. Drivers are going to struggle to pass today. Got a yellow flag. Looks like David Falconberry retired. Let's see if we can get exactly what caused that. Got changes still on the front, followed by Kiddo there. Samus switched. Yoda. MRL BTP. I believe BTP was also a Twitch streamer. I'll check out this stream. CSTM. Gilzo a bit farther back, trying to catch back up. Someone close to get Zem, but it looks like Zem and Henner have been a bit of. Oh, we got a very close fight. Of a Jinnit to win it. This is a great battle for 9th through 12th right now. Oh, nice move by Swifty there. On the outside, now he's on the outside coming into the left hand there, long sweeping turn. Really did need to kind of see that pass there, but he's still sticking there with Henner. We'll see if we can get by him coming down the DRS street. He might have a chance. He's pretty close here. Probably not going to have a chance of that here. Yeah, it's just not long enough to go straight. Can't stick close enough to that second sector. Looks like we might have battle for second shaping up in front of the pack as Freeware has definitely caught Alex Bit. I don't know if that's because he's faster, if it's subject to the DRS, but he's going to go for a move here. Oh, and it looks like they make contact. Freeware definitely lost a bit of his front wing there. It's kind of a late move by Alex Biddo. I just caught it at the very end, so I'm not 100% sure what happened, but I think Freeware is going to feel hard done by on that situation. It's probably going to drop him back into the clutches of Samus, who's going to be closing in quite quickly. I'm impressed by Yoda here. Yoda's on a probably better strategy now that he's actually held on to his position 6 laps in. He's beginning to move fairly quickly. He's going to be able to run this long without any traffic. And now that Freeware's got some damage and is probably going to replace his wing on that pit stop. If Yoda can overtake Samus at some point, he might be looking at a podium tonight, which I'm sure he would be very excited about. Checking in with Chenje, just kind of moseying along in front of the pack. That is really pushing right now. And it looks like Freeware actually comes into the pits. I'd assume he's going to turn this into a 2-stop. Probably go back on this medium, maybe the softs. Tough break for Freeware there. Got Gilzo here lining up a move. Going to make it easy. Pushing along behind them. Got a DRS train still coming for now 8th or 11th position. As Freebird does put on the hards, I suppose he probably can go to the end, and that's going to be difficult. He might put himself in puncher territory, so we'll see. Guts Jafirium up in 13th place. Good job by him. He's had quite the recovery drive. I remember him having a bit of a rough couple of first laps after having a good start, but he's recovered nicely up to 13th place. Followed by Babushka in 14th, Stig in 15th, Freeware 16th after his pit stop and his fresh hards, RC7 sadly down in 17th, Jinnit picked up 3-second penalty. Followed by, Daddy DeVito in the rear after he got caught up in that very unfortunate wreck. At the start of the race. Oh, it looks like we have a crash. It might have been Gilzo. Oh, there's a mess. This is a mess. I think I saw the yellow flag at the last second. I think Gilzo might have... I'm not sure what happened. I don't want to speculate. As Gilzo had to retire from the session here. That causes a safety car. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Let's see what happens. Looks like Chen-Jay missed the opportunity to pit. Zamis does not pit. Yoda, interestingly enough, on the hard tires, does choose to pit. Mitifu stays out. Zem pits. Swifty pits. Henner pits. Jinnit stays out. Zem pits. Swifty pits. CSTN. D's Grills. Strafurium. See what happens. I'm a bit surprised that all these leaders stayed out. I'm not sure if Chen or Bido had the opportunity to pit. They might have been past the pit entrance. But based on Zamis and Mitifu getting it all staying out, maybe they didn't. Now what I'm curious about here is I thought for sure Yoda would stay out based on the fact that he was going to be going long on this first stretch. He now is going to have to go very, very long on these medium tires. I am not sure that he can go, what is that, 25 laps on his medium, so that is going to be a tough ask. And Zamis picks up a 3-second time penalty under the safety car. Interesting. So yeah, strategy here is different. Interesting. Strafurium goes into the soft, so he's definitely doing a 2-stop. Most drivers that pitted did go on to the hard tire. If you went on the medium, so you gotta assume they're going for a 2-stop. I would think that's gotta be what Yoda's doing. And in the grand scheme of things, I think he only lost 1 position. But, needless to say, interesting choice. Okay, so Gilzo seems to be a little upset. I was curious about that. Oh, and Chen-Jay does pit, so and so does Bido. Looks like they were both past the pit entrance line. That means Zamis, who does not pit, interestingly enough, is going to take over the lead. I'm not sure what Freeware's doing. Let's check in. Mitifu is going to be in second. Both of these guys did not pit. They are in old tires. Chen-Jay comes out third on his new hard tires. Alex Bido is going to stay in fourth. Then we've got Ginnett pitting now. Curious why he didn't in the first place. Interesting strategy by Ginnett here. So he's going to lose... Let's see. Before the safety car, I do think Ginnett was down 11th or 12th. I know he gained a lot of positions under the safety car, but I think he was around 9th place, so he might not have actually lost any positions. Gotta say, somebody who's thinking the lucky stars with the safety car has got to be Freeware, as he had that wing damage and needed to pit, and saved a bit by the safety car. So we got Babushka still out on 8-lap old medium tires. I understand why these guys stayed out. It's going to be a tough ask to go that long on those hard tires, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, so I didn't see what happened on the safety car. I did notice Gilzo was off. I noticed the yellow marker go up in sector 2 near the hairpin, and I saw Gilzo off track. I thought he might have spun out, but based on the positioning, it looks like he probably got rear-ended. I don't want to speculate, but, you know, I am. So, probably feel hard done by. Tends to happen when you're in a DRS train like that at the end of that straightaway. The driver is trying to get as close as they can before they get caught in dirty air of sector 3, so they can get a good run down the long straight. It's going to be interesting to see how Mitifu and Zamis hold up against Chen-Jay and Bido, who are going to be charging those hard tires. I'm also unsure if these hard tire runners are going to be able to make it to the end of the race on these hard tires. It's going to be about 23, 24 green flag laps on the hard tires. It's definitely doable, but they're going to be screaming at the end of the race. Probably why you saw people like Yoda come in for a set of mediums, Henner came in for mediums, Jinnit came in for mediums, Stig, Denny, it's like a set of tires. Gotta think the safety car is probably coming in this lap. I assume that RC stayed D's and then trying to catch back up to the pack. Should be good to go this lap. Safety car usually releases right around now. Got Zamis here on the tires. Safety car might have just taken off there. No, are we really going around for another lap here? Alrighty, so exciting race today. Another lap of the safety car. So I tell you who this definitely hurts. The safety car. Oh, it's Strafarium. Just collided with CST. Yeah, looks like it was Striff has ring damage. But fortunately for Striff, he can't now because the safety car is who this really hurts is going to be Zamis and BT-Fu. I think the typical window to go onto the hard tires is around lap 11 or 13. Now they're already up to 10 laps under the safety car, and these guys on the hard tires are having plenty of time to just kind of save their tires until we go green here, so it's kind of ruining Zamis's BT-Fu's strategy with the safety cars out this long. A bit unfortunate because there was no reason that the safety car needed to be out that long. If anything, the safety car didn't even need to come out, so. Got a feel for Zamis and BT-Fu, but who knows, maybe the hard tires will drop off quicker than I think. Alright, let's check in with Chen J. Tends to be, I'm assuming the safety car has got to be in this lap, right? Oh, sorry. We'll check in with Zamis. I assume Chen J was leading after getting a little distracted there for a second. The safety car is, I would assume, coming in. Gotta be. Yes. Yes, the safety car is coming. Alrighty. Finally get to go green again after a minor spin. As Zamis takes off, followed by BT-Fu. Looks like Zamis got a very good start. Chen J is still pretty good, but he's going to have to defend here. Vito's got a great slipstream here. Going to be some moves into turn one. Chen J defends to the inside, makes it work. Oh, we have a dive bomb from Yoda. That was very nice driving from these guys. Kept it nice and clean. Babushka all along on those old medium tires. Enter, freeware. Looks like he might have gotten by Janet. Got a yellow flag for D's grills. Looks like he may have spun out, no damage, but it's going to say Daddy DeVito pitting again. Perhaps trying to break the record for most pit stops in the race. So now that these Bito did get by Chen J. So that is going to perhaps be a saving grace for Zamis. BT-Fu is going to be riding around there and will likely be able to hold these guys up as Yoda picks up a 3-second time penalty looking inside of Chen J. So Zamis can pull away. Man, I tell you what, it's going to be a struggle for him though. He's going to be stuck in traffic once he has to pit. He's going to have to pit soon. He's going to be in a lot of traffic and on track. It's very difficult to pass. And these guys on the hards are likely really easily going to be out. And again, you got to feel for him because I feel like the safety car. Oh, as Babushka has a bit of an incident. The safety car stayed out, which really hurt the guys that stayed out. As Bito begins his pursuit of it's going to be an interesting battle. BT-Fu is clearly on the older tires, but hards aren't amazing at this track, and that dirty air is going to cause some problems. I think it's probably best for Bido. So Bido's in a bit of a tricky spot. He's got to make sure that Chen-Jay doesn't get by him again. But he also doesn't want to burn up his tires trying to pass BT Fu when he knows that BT Fu and Zamus both need to pass again. Or pit again, excuse me. So it's going to be curious to see what he does. I guess the key is if he can quickly get by BT Fu, and then BT Fu holds up Chen-Jay, that might give Bido a very, very good chance at the Lotus DRS continuing. As you see there, the medium one-stop strategy pit is now open. So you got to think BT Fu and Zamus have got to be committing within the next 2 or 3 laps. Perhaps a bit longer because they had such a long safety car period, but now staying out of this one helping. They're going to need X as Bido actually had a moment there. Oh, that's rough. He got loose. Chen-Jay gets alongside, but Bido does defend it well. He's going to be under pressure now, though. Hopefully he can stay in that DRS range. Off. So we've got Yoda still in the race here. Following close behind Chen-Jay. Medium tires, but again, Yoda has to pit again. He started the... No, he doesn't. He does not have to pit again. He started the race on the hards, went to the mediums. I don't think he can go the rest of the way on these medium tires. That's going to be about more than 20 laps on the mediums, so that's just not going to work out. As things go back and forth. Just front battle. But nice tight battles throughout. RC7, Strift battling a little bit. Strift gets a little loose. Did you know that Strift just recently switched back to the wheel? Looks like he might be, or switched to the wheel. Got a brand new wheel. We got Freeware from Yoda in front of him, Chen-Jay, Alex Bido. Just a big, long DRS straight here. This is playing into Zamus' favor, but also, I mean, BT was hanging strong. He might be losing time these angles, but not his DRS. He is holding off Bido and Chen-Jay. We'll see how long he stays out on those 14-lap mediums. It's got Jinnit followed by Henner and Swifty CSTM. All of these guys are in the points right now. We got Zem hunting down, trying to get into the final position. As Henner picks up some time penalties. CSTM. Lots of time penalties tonight. Obviously, the track limits on Spain are, I suppose, a bit broken, as you could say. Typically, lots of time penalties. I just noticed that BT... Oh, and Henner! Let's see if we can catch him. Looks like we got Jinnit goes around. I wonder if there was an incident between those two. Riding on board with RC7, we have a VSC. Now, that's going to help Zamus out a lot. Hopefully, he pulls into the pits here, under the VSC. Trying to find Henner. Not really seeing him. Oh, there he is. That might have been a situation where someone was hit off track. As we expected. Bido stays out. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Bido staying out. Followed by Chen-Jay. Freeware Zamus pits. BT Fu pits. Now, it's not ideal for Zamus and BT Fu, but the VSC certainly helps him. It doesn't hurt him as much as it could have been as Strift picks up a drag from penalty. The key for BT Fu and Zamus is now they're in a better position. Swifty also picks up a speeding under VSC penalty. They're going to be in a better position to pick up a points paying position here. You got to think that Zamus is going to have a shot at passing Zem, probably CSTM, quite possibly all the way up to Swifty. He might make his way up to the we'll see what happens. I just noticed Yoda pit as well. Okay, now I'm confused because Yoda just went on to another set of... That makes sense. Never mind. Not confused. As Strift just retired from the session. He's been doing Drift go a bit, so that makes sense. Alex Bido followed closely by Chen-Jay at the front. We now have a very exciting race for the lead. We have Jamer in the chat. Miss racing with the Jamer. You should get a PC and check out Tuesday nights with us. As he said, a Jid man. Chen-Jay now has run on Bido coming down the front stretch. And makes the move, but Bido hangs onto the inside. He's coming around the outside. Let's see what happens. He makes slight contact. And it looks like Chenjay is probably going to get the sunset here. Freeware sitting in third. We got Zem in fourth. Zamis is already back up to fifth. BTFU sitting in sixth, already got by RC7. So, though things were not ideal for Zamis and BTFU today, you know, they're still in for a good finish position. Zamis definitely has the pace to catch up to Zen here. Probably isn't going to be able to catch up to Freeware, but on those new tires, I think he's got to catch up to Zen, which was probably about where he was running before the safety car occurred. Yoda is in a bit of a position. Better tires, but also is just kind of stuck in traffic. I could see him getting up to 6th. We'll see. Got Stig in 10th, followed by CSTM. CSTM goes to the inside. Very nice pass. Might have been a bit of a corner cut, but makes it work into that DRS. Followed by D's Grills, who's got a shot at a points position here today. Bushka and Danny DeVito fighting for 14th and 15th. I understand that DeVito takes Alex Bido still hanging out. Oh, and BT Food left the session. You gotta think that's a connection issue. I want to say the AI is set at about 70 or 80 today, so he's not in the worst position ever. He got back in, so he can take back the car and hold on to 6th position. RC is still a bit back, about a second behind him, so didn't hurt too bad. Checking in with Zem, who's 4.5 seconds ahead of Zamis for 5th place, so he's gonna want to, you know, really put in some consistent lap times here, and he's on his way to top 4, top 5 maybe. We'll see if BTP can catch back up to him. It just shows that Freeware is putting in some good laps here. He's quite that might be glitched out, sadly. So yeah, Freeware putting in some good laps. He's hanging on to the back of Bido. Here's the interface. Bido is 6 tenths off of Chenjay, holding on to him in that DRS zone. And Freeware is hanging on to 3rd within the DRS of Alex Bido. He's close to catching up with it. One thing about Spain is it's very hard to pass and very hard to follow, but it can be fairly easy to stick within that DRS window. You might not be able to pass, and you might not be able to get close, but you know, that 6 to 8 tenths sweet spot tends to work out pretty well for following, which is going to play in Bido's favor here. See if he can force Chenjay into a mistake. I believe I saw Yoda just put in the fastest lap as you'd expect on those medium tires. He's 2 seconds off the RC. Gotta think he'll probably get that move done in the 14, 15 laps we have left. Might even be on his way to chasing down Beats. Let's see. The yellow flag. Looks like it might be a Haas, but Lushka perhaps. Going to get it straightened out. Don't go in front of the leaders there, my friend. As Chenjay comes on the final turn, and Bido is still in his DRS, along with Freeware in Bido's DRS as this train is now 11 seconds ahead of Zem in 4th, who is getting quickly hunted down by Zamis. Oh, and Babushka took her tires in the pits. There. Zamis is definitely catching Zem. We'll see what happens. They're both on the same same compound of tire, but Zems are quite a bit older. He definitely does not have the pace of Zamis here today, but, you know, catching up is one thing, passing is another, especially at a track like this. We'll also wait and see how penalties are going to shake out today. I don't think I've seen Chenjay Bido with Freeware pick up a penalty yet today, but that could play dividends at the end of the race if anyone kept it clean and didn't pick up any penalties. Chenjay catching up to lap traffic with Danny DeVito. Looks like Danny DeVito gets away here. There's Bido. Danny DeVito lets him go. But it looks like Biddle might have had a moment, lost some time to Chenje, but is going to get the DRS out and getting DeVito down this front stretch. In a bit of a slipstream, which is going to help him keep Freeware behind him. Gain a little bit of time back to Chenje. Checking back into a Zem. He's holding a 2.8 second lead over Zamis. Followed by BT Foo, Swifty, RC7, CSTM, riding up final post main position, 6.7 Stig, D's Grills, Janet Twinit, and Eddie DeVito. Lots of retirements today. Some of them have been incidents. Check in the Discord after the race. Some of them just drivers kind of track. Freeware still in Bido's DRS. I'm curious to see if these two can catch back up to Chenje. Never going to be easy, but it's possible. Zamis is quickly hunting on something. It seems like that interval is coming up very quickly. It almost seems as though Zem is going to want to kind of hedge his bets here and try to at least finish in front of BT. If he sticks in a battle with Zamis, he's going to possibly relinquish that place to BT as well. So please be careful. Yoda's kind of the wild card in this battle for the top 4/5. If everyone in front of him starts battling, he's going to have a great chance at fourth place on these tires. We'll check back into the battle as Freeware is now alongside Bido. Coming into this right-hander, long sweeping right-hander as Freeware does hold on to it. Gonna switch back. Might have made contact, but no damage. That's good, as I think these two had a clash earlier in the race. Freeware gives up the position there. I think he realizes Bido's defending quite hard, so let's make the move down the front stretch and see what happens. Not that that's it from damage. Beginning of the race. These two are battling hard, understandably so. Chenje's kind of ridden off in the sunset, so first place is kind of out of the question unless Chenje makes a mistake. We'll see if Freeware can make a move. Bido's defending hard. I haven't seen necessarily anything that I would call severely questionable. It's just making his moves late as he's allowed to do. Oh, squarely down the straightaway there. Freeware goes to the inside. Gets the move done pretty easily. Bido did not put up much defense there, but Freeware had a great racing back. It's good to see that Freeware made a recovery after he had that damage at the beginning of the race. And, kind of back to where we started at the top 3. We'll check in with Zamis as he's now come up to the bumper of Zamagalus. You gotta think that this is going to be a pretty short-lived battle. Zamis is probably going to make quick work of him. And then Mr. Yoda, using the force tonight, coming back up through the top 10, is slowly creeping up on the back of BT. If Zem holds any of these guys up, Yoda is going to be well within fourth place finishing tonight. He's got the pace right now. He's on 6-lap old mediums. They're going to be screaming in the last few laps, so he's got to kind of make his move quickly, but we'll see what happens. And there's always the possibility of... Let's check in with Bido as he's coming down the front stretch. He might have a run on BT. Looks like he's not going to get it done. There's the yellow flag. Is that Yoda? Oh! That might have been an incident of the commentator's curse. Yeah. I was just talking about his chances of finishing fourth at and how there could be a safety car to help him out. Well, it turns out that he was actually causing a caution. As we have Dees, who is also having an incident. Chilling back in 12th place. Got a feel for Yoda there. Still in the points. Now he's in the pits now. Looks like this time very hot. Checking back in with Alex Bido. Sticking on the bumper of freeway here. Might have run on the front stretch. Gonna be tough, but we'll see what happens. Especially with his lack of ERS. The freeware is running around. Oh, and freeware spins it! Oh, that is rough, and he loses a front end plate. So now, let's see what happens with Zamis. How far back is he? He's pretty far back. Freeware is gonna have some wing damages. Oh, and he pits. I would have. Oh no! Oh! Wait, what? Was that a lap car? Oh, and Zamis is going into the pits for fresh tires. He's gonna put softs on and probably. Oh, and Zem is also coming to the pits. Oh, this race just got so interesting. Okay, so Bido and Chenje kind of hung out to dry here. The key is, looks like Zamis is serving a penalty. Zimaglis now goes by in the soft. Zamis is going to stick to 4th. Comes up in front of BT, who's now in the pits. I'm assuming he changed tires, or he made a mistake and put the tires that he started the race on. He definitely put the tires that he started the race on back on his car. That's going to be rough for BT Fu. He's going to need to pit again. So here's what we got to watch out for. Chenje, Alex Bido, as Yoda picks up a drive-through penalty, are definitely going to need to pit here. You would think that they need to, or else Zem is going to be in a great shout. Zem or Zamis is going to be a great shout in this race. Now the question is, as Zem picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding on a safety car, seeing that a lot tonight. I wonder if there's a bit of glitch in some timing, as RC also picks one up. Alright, so here's the key. If these cars get released back here, okay. So we'll go ahead. Chenje and Alex Bido had their pit stops done and made it through without getting past it. Zamis is sitting third. BT Fu accidentally putting his old tires back on his car. I hope he realizes that, or else he's going to very more tires to finish this race. And surprisingly, we have Swifty all the way up in 5th place now. Haven't seen him a lot tonight, but BT Fu does stay out. He might be in puncture land at the end of this race. We'll see what happens. You got to think that Swifty, CSTM, RC7, Jin, and D's are all going to make quick work of Swifty here. Or, I'm sorry, of BT Fu on those 16-lap medium tires. As Yoda's down in 10th. I'm not sure what D's is doing. Okay, so as I said, let's digest what just happened. We had Alex Bido chasing down Freeware for 2nd place. Freeware looped it right before the final chicane in 2nd place. He had some wing damage, decided to come into the pits, misjudged the entrance to the pit, clipped the pit wall with his front tire, and knocked his tire off, retired from the race. I want to say one of the racing points, possibly Danny DeVito, maybe Stig, one of the lap cars, then ran into him as his car was sitting in the middle of the track, which caused the safety car. So then everyone decided to pit. Zimaglis was in a great position to then finish on the podium with brand new soft tires, running 3rd place, probably would have stayed in 3rd. Got a speeding under the safety car penalty. Don't want to speculate, but let's go ahead and speculate. It looks like he may have retired from the race on purpose by crashing into the wall with the safety car. Perhaps his wheel shut off. You know, believe anything. And so now here we are with only 12 cars on track. Looks like we've got RC7 in the pits. I'm not sure why. Perhaps he wants to put some softs. Figures he's not going to lose very many positions, so because D's is still quite far ways behind him. 12 cars on track. The 2 racing points who have been having some rough time. They've been having a rough time today. Let's just say that. Are now within a shot of points. Yoda, who's been the most unlucky driver on the track, is running 10th. Let's got the pace to make up quite a few positions here in the final few laps. Got Jinnit, who I think was involved in an incident earlier today, perhaps spun out, is in 7th. Likely has a chance at a top 5, especially with BT Fu likely either puncturing his tires or having to pit. Emerald Swifty coming out of nowhere today, running on a fan, likely to get BT Fu to go green. CSTM, who we've seen quite a bit, making some good moves, having a solid race, running 6th. RC7, brand new soft tires in 8th. D's Grills in 9th. Mistake. There we go. And of course, we have the lasting battle of Bido and Chenjay. As you remember, right before that safety car came out, Bido and Freeware had just lost DRS on Chenjay, trying to catch back up. And that is when Freeware spun and ended up causing the safety car to come out. So now Bido is going to be back at Chenjay's DRS slipstream. And as we've seen today, Bido tends to have very good results. I believe at the start of the race he went from 3rd to 2nd as Debbie DeVito moves to the pit with tires. He went from 3rd to 2nd at the start of the race. I think he took over 1st place on an earlier start race. I could be wrong. I know he was in the lead for a bit though, and then probably made a mistake, if I remember right, and Chenjay got by him. And Zamis is always quick. If two in front of him make some sort of mistake, get into it, he's going to be right there to possibly take this win. BT Fu, I feel for him. Those tires are going to be not in good shape in this race. Got to make green this next lap. And there's your rundown. Gotta think we're going green here for the final few laps in this race. Should be an exciting finish. As Chenjay slows the field down to let the safety car go back. As Chenjay is now lining things up to go green again. Let's check in with Bido behind him. Actually, let's watch from Zamis' point of view. See what happens. Bido and Chenjay get a very good restart as opposed to Zamis. So they're going to take off. I don't think there's going to be any moves here. Let's check in. Stig and Yoda fighting for 10th place off the grid. Gotta think Yoda's probably got the pace over Stig tonight, but we'll see how long BT can hold on to these tires. It's gonna be a struggle. Let's just say that. 4 laps on some games, that's not gonna be a lot of fun. As Mr. Alex Bido is right on the rear of Chenjay. He is definitely pushing, you can tell. And Zamis is right there, ready to pick up any scraps. Battle in front as Yoda picks up a time penalty. I believe he's got quite a few out there. Up to 9th though. And do not think we're not going to have DRS until about 31 is when it will get activated. Jinnit picks up a 3-second time penalty back in 7th place. BT Fu is still holding strong. He might just really need to look out for a punch. That might be his main concern. He might have the pace to hold off Swift. stuff like this, you can pull off a lot of cars. But he might be in puncture territory. So, good luck to you, BTFU. Followed by Swifty, CSTM, Jid a bit farther back, Yoda in 8th, D's Girls falling back, RC 7th, 15 seconds behind them. And Daddy Dorito is 1 lap down. I think, yes. Alex Bitto has lost some time to Chenja. Here's what happened. Maybe Chenja is just that fast, I think. Keep an eye on this battle, especially with BTFU out front. Lap 1 medium tires. As we're heading towards the start of lap 31. DRS will be engaged. Like Swifty had a bit of a cumbersome run in that final section there. DRS is not engaged. Keep it out of the start on that street yet. It'll start on the next DRS street. Steve's Grills, Yoda is back in the pits. CSTN now picks up a 3-second time penalty. There's a lot of time penalties. It's gonna play a role at the end of the race here. I know guys like Yoda have a lot of penalties, so we'll see what happens, how it affects the grid. The safety car did bunch up the field a lot, so it did bring penalties back into play for sure. Chenja might be able to pull a 3-second gap to where he wasn't really worried about anything, but as far as this battle between Bitto and Samus, if either of them have penalties, it can make a big difference. Even for someone like BTFU, CSTM gets by Swifty in the DRS zone through that hairpin. This has been a very good move. This is really helping out BTFU. We'll see what he can do here. He's holding on strong. I do wonder if the information that the telemetry is giving these means at 21 lap mediums is incorrect. Because he is holding strong, surprisingly. He's not falling back too much from Samus and Bitto, and he's holding off the guys behind him who obviously have been battling. But man, 22 laps on those medium tires, they've got to be screaming. And he's still doing a solid job out there. Kudos to him that he is really good with those tires. Check in a little bit farther down the field. Company battles on Steg and RC for the final points main position. Swifty picks up another time penalty. Yeah, that's going to really play into BTFU's hands if he's not got any penalties. Let's check in with Bitto and Samus. They're going to be heading down the main street. Cass Steg here on RC as they come into the TMS. RC actually picks up a 3-second time penalty, so if Stake has less time penalties, he might pick up that final points bank position. And checking back into Samus, looks like he fell back quite a bit. Now he's actually falling into the clutches of BTFU. Something is telling me that there is no way BTFU is actually on 23 lap medium tires. The fact that he is catching up to Samus on supposedly tires that should be in puncture territory, tells me that that telemetry's gotta be incorrect. Let's see if we can. Suspicious thing is that when he pitted, and Samus picks up a 3-second time penalty. BTFU might be on for a podium here. We're gonna have to get him in for an interview and see if he was actually running on 23 lap tires. If you are, that's, if he is, that's a very impressive podium. As Bitto has now caught back up to Chenja. I think Chenja might have DC'd at one point. I saw him rejoin the game. I hope his AI doesn't have control of... Oh no, his AI does have control of the car. Oh, that is very sad for Chenja here. I saw him log back onto the game. He most certainly got DC'd on the final lap, right before the final time. Oh, but he still won it on penalties. Good going, Chenjay's AI. You were able to hold on to the penalties as BTFU does come home third because of Xanus's penalties. Swifty in 5th, CSTM in 6th, Jinnit in 7th, These Girls in 8th, I think. Yep, These Girls in 8th. Yoda bumps up to 8th after penalties. These Girls in 9th, RC 7th, seemingly coming home 10th as we have a racing point of Stig off the track in the final turn. Wow, okay, so that's a lot to digest. It looks like Chenjay's AI may have taken over for him, but he still won the penalties despite Alex Bido passing him on the final lap. Alright, so that was an interesting race for sure. As these girls gets driver of the day. Let's see if we can get these guys in for a few interviews here. As you can see my awesome background once again. So I'm going to figure out how to do this. Let's see who we can pull in. We want to pull in Chenjay. He's still in here. I'm not sure if he is above Tifu. Chen and finished second. Was that Bido? Try to get them in for some interviews here, as we'll head back into the okay, maybe they can't come in. Ah, there we go. All right, we've got our podium in here for some interviews. Interesting race here. Got some questions for you guys. First off, Chenjay, were you driving your car on that final lap?
No, I disconnected at turn 10 on like penultimate lap. My game just crashed.
Right, yeah. I saw you leave, and I was curious if you had got back in, and then I saw Bido pass you there, and...
No, I didn't get an invite, and it was like, by the time my game started, it was already like halfway through the last lap, so it was okay.
Okay.
I knew my AI could still win because Bido had penalties.
Yes, that is exactly what happened. So Bido, what were you thinking when you saw that Chenjay was disconnected?
I was pushing. I was mad. I was like, this can be my only time to win.
Yeah, I thought you had him, for sure, but unfortunately, the odds were not in your favor. It looked like you had some good battles out there with Freeware. You had some good battles with Chenjay, obviously, but Freeware and you were battling quite hard. What'd you think of that?
Yeah, I think I have to apologize because I brake tested him in the straight, so yeah, I think I'm guilty of that incident.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, it was a good battle on wheel-to-wheel battle in turn 4, and it was kind of good and great.
Yeah, you guys had some good battles. We did see that incident on the front stretch, and it didn't look too bad, but I think you're right there in your initial impressions, though it did look like Freeware then ended up spinning himself, so no harm, no foul, I guess. BTFU, question for you. On our in-game telemetry, it looked like you were running on your original medium tires that were 25 laps old. Is that correct?
That was not. That was
okay.
New set of mediums events.
I was wondering because you were catching up quite quickly at the end there, and I was going to say you probably had the best drive I've ever seen on old tires. But happy with the podium?
No, yeah. You know, that's just kind of just doing my own strat, do my own thing, and just kind of got lucky with the time penalties to get on here.
Yeah. You had a nice consistent race up there though, so definitely worked out in your favor, especially on the time penalties at the end there, and some incidents ahead of you. All right, guys. Well, congrats on the podiums. We are going to log off for tonight. Thank you for everyone that tuned in, and we will see you next week. Got PS4 coming up in ZOR Thursday night at 8 p.m. and the EU League of PS4 Sunday at I think 5 p.m. Eastern. From there, it's Monday night again and Tuesday night here again for PC. We'll see